head as religious headgear.
Yes.
He has tried for several years to have his driver's license photo taken with the colander, but was rejected every time.
Right.
Then the Department of Motor Vehicles in Chandler, Arizona, finally said, okay, you can have the picture taken with a spaghetti strainer on your head. And it was a pretty hilarious picture. But that victory was short-lived. Because the Arizona Department of Transportation says that its facial recognition software failed to weed out the colander on his head, and it messed things up. So the photo of the license will have to be retaken. He was informed if he doesn't retake it, his license will be voided. In case you're wondering, Corbett explains, the Pastafarians believe the earth was created by an unseen flying ball of spaghetti, and the world was created in just 4 days. The whole premise behind Pastafarianism is we're just supposed to enjoy life and do whatever you really want to do without being too cruel to everybody and be slightly intoxicated at the time.
They're a bunch of stoners.
Of course they are.
And they pray to Chef Boyardee.
No, that's the ravioli variant. They worship ravioli. And an unfinished paint job in a Milwaukee suburb of Sussex, Wisconsin is getting all kinds of attention.
Yeah.
The water tower in town was going through a primer coating, but painters only did half the job. Instead of Sussex, they only put sex on the water tower rather than Sussex.
Right.
That, of course, has made the tower the new official tourist stop for the community. People are pulling over to the side of the road to take pictures of it. The town says we will have it fixed sooner or later, but they had some kind of problem. They ran out of paint or something. But the painters eventually will revisit the tower and cover up the X before finishing the job on another day.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what I'd leave it there. Come on, man.
Now, here's a couple of stories that start out with two guys are driving down a road.
That sounds like a joke. Two guys were driving down the road.
Well, these two guys were driving along Interstate 55 in St. Louis. Now, they apparently were angry at each other, and they were fighting inside the car. Now, eventually, one of them threw a bag of heroin out the window of the car. And suddenly, the fight stopped, and they are apologizing to each other. They cooled their fight, and as luck have it, they turned around, went back out of the car, then ran into the highway to retrieve the heroin, and got hit.
I knew one of them got hit.
Are they dead? One's in critical condition in a local hospital. No report on the condition of the heroin.
Frogger, the heroin edition.
And here's a couple of guys driving down the road. Shane Forrester and his buddy, Flo, were detained after Port St. Louis police saw Shane down the road going back and forth in a banged-up Ford with a missing headlight, an extremely cracked windshield, and two bald tires. Now, the police also say that Forsythe and his passenger, Forsythe's buddy, Flo, appeared to be wrestling over the steering wheel, causing the car to swerve lane to lane. Back and forth. Well, when the officers finally were able to pull Forsythe over, Forsythe hopped out of the car and began doing the chicken dance. Why? I'll tell you. To distract the officers so his buddy Flo could get away, because Forsythe knew that Flo had some outstanding violations. And so he was trying to distract the police with the chicken dance so his buddy Flo got away.
Now, that's a great friend. Yes, but was he going da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-
a pill that they say tested positive for heroin residue.
Oh, see, here comes that heroin again. Dadgummit. Listen to this one. A 7-Eleven convenience store in Beaverton, Oregon, had to be evacuated after a drug addict decided to warm up urine in a microwave and caused it to explode. Beaverton police said the incident unfolded on Tuesday at the 7-Eleven located on Southwest Murray Road in Beaverton. It turned out that the drug addict was on his way to get his urine tested to ensure compliance with his probation. The druggie decided to use a clean urine sample from one of his friend's kids in order to pass the drug test because he knew he wasn't going to pass it. He kept the sample in the refrigerator at his home and knew that the urine was too cold not to arouse suspicion from his parole officer, so the sample was placed in the microwave of the 7-Eleven to warm it up before he went to see his parole officer. However, the chemicals in the urine caused the microwave to explode. Police, fire, and police bomb squad were called to the scene. Police evacuated the store out of caution. Investigators found a cup of urine in the exploded microwave, and the drug addict admitted to placing it there. When the man explained to the police why he did it, they mercifully let him go because they figured the guy was going to be in trouble anyway.
Yeah, right.
They were right. The drug addict did not pass the mandatory drug test and was placed in custody.
Now, you know what you should have done?
What?
You should have taken it and put it in like a bag and taped it to the inside of his leg.
Yeah, but
Because that way, by the time you get to go unload it, it's already body temperature.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you should have told him that. Now, this one, okay. This is going to be one of the most amusing, yet one of the grossest stories you've ever heard. Some of you may even want to just leave the room for a minute.
Don't put that muffin in your mouth.
No, not yet.
I shouldn't take this drink of water.
No. Now, I'm going to read the first sentence and then stop. A popular strip club in Jacksonville, Florida, has been closed till further notice because of a sudden outbreak of explosive diarrhea. Okay, now just hold on for a minute. Everything you're thinking in your brain right now of what could have happened, happened. Okay? The cause of the outbreak has been linked to tainted shrimp, which was served on the club's free buffet. According to local media reports, the club was full last Friday night when this happened, when several people, including 3 of the dancers performing on stages at the time, suddenly got an explosive attack of the squirts.
Oh, no.
One of the dancers couldn't help herself and defecated on stage in front of horrified customers. I told you should leave the room. Some of the patrons sitting by the stage started to vomit when the dancer couldn't hold back and brown liquid began running down her leg. Several others were overcome by the smell. The other 2 dancers couldn't finish their routines and ran for the toilets. Wait a minute, it gets better. At that point, many customers began getting sick and ran for the restroom. Unfortunately, there weren't near enough stalls to handle the rush.
Oh, no.
Now,
They used the
the
sink.
club had to be evacuated, if you'll pardon the choice of words. But it did. A cleaning crew could not come until the next morning. So when they showed up, they were shocked to see the condition of the club. They said feces was found in the sinks, urinals, and the floor was completely covered. In an effort to compensate customers who were affected by the incident, the club, through social media, has offered free admission to anyone who is in the club that night. They also said that the buffet will be closed until further notice.
You think?
The venue has specifically asked not to be named.
Would you like a lap dance?
So you wipe that lap off. Oh, now I know you're picturing it in your mind as I was reading it. Like I say, whatever you